And joining me now to discuss this, Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister David Coleman. David, thank you very much for your time. Now, you are now Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister. As I just said, this is your first nighttime interview on Sky News. As I just spoke about there, Donald Trump says he will cut off funding to UNRWA. What's your view on this? If there is a Dutton government, would you do the same?
Yes, we would, Sharri. UNRWA should not be funded. Those links to October 7 were established by the fact that 9 UNRWA employees were terminated for suspicion of being involved in those hideous, evil attacks. It should not be funded. The federal government sent $60 million to UNRWA, including $6 million since October 7. Now, of course, we all want humanitarian aid to get to people who desperately need it in Gaza. We all want that. But that cannot be through UNRWA. It is utterly unacceptable, and we would not continue that if we were elected.
David, what do you think it says about Penny Wong and the Albanese government that they still haven't stopped funding UNRWA, even after hearing that the hostage, Emily Damari, was held captive in UNRWA facilities?
Well, Sharri, that funding should not be going to UNRWA. The United States doesn't provide funding to UNRWA because of the extremely grave concerns about its conduct. And if Penny Wong or Anthony Albanese have intelligence or information that says that UNRWA is an appropriate organisation to which to provide these funds, they should release it. If they have better information than the United States about UNRWA, they should release it. But they haven't done that. We do want, of course, aid to get to the people of Gaza, but certainly not through UNRWA.
Yeah, and there are other methods that we've spoken about at length on the show of doing that. Now, you've suggested reforming other United Nations bodies as well. Which bodies in particular, and what needs to be done?
Oh, Sharri, I think if you go back to first principles with the UN, if you look at the first words in Chapter 1 of its charter, talk about the role of the UN is to create peace and security for the world. Now, plainly, that's not occurring. We're seeing shocking violence in the Middle East. We're seeing shocking violence in Ukraine and so many other places around the world. So it is self-evident and logical to say that the UN needs to be scrutinised. The UN does need to be reformed. Its primary goal of establishing peace and security is a very noble goal that I think we could all agree with, and that's where its primary focus should be. So if we are elected, seeking to ensure that the UN does the best job it absolutely can on its core responsibility will be a big focus for us.
So important. Look, there's also reports from the United States that Donald Trump is set to transfer $1 billion worth of military arms to Israel. Look, this sort of attitude that we're seeing from Trump, as I just said, he's meeting with Netanyahu, the first foreign leader. This couldn't be more different from the hostility we've seen from the Albanese government. What do you think?
Look, I think the conduct of the Albanese government towards Israel has been appalling. To abandon a 20-year plus bipartisan position in relation to a two-state solution, and basically to say that Australia is now supportive of unilateral recognition was outrageous, completely inappropriate. Labor and coalition governments have supported that position for more than 20 years. Republicans, Democrats alike have supported the United States. President Biden didn't change his position, but Labor did. And the worst thing, Sharri, the worst thing is this wasn't done for some high principle or for some, principle of improving the situation in the Middle East. This was done by the Labor Party because of votes in a few Greens Labor seats. And to abandon such fundamental principles for such tawdry, sordid political motives tells you everything you need to know about the Albanese government.
Yeah, it speaks a lot to its lost morality. David Coleman, really appreciate your time on this sitting week. Thank you so much.